last year when Coach Inge thought you left your car in the garage. Kind of what were those interactions with him when he kind of became clear to him that, like, oh, I'm here studying late, not just with the broken down car?
It was kind of funny. He was like, hey, man, you okay? I see your car is still on the side of the building. It was like 9 o'clock at night. He was like, are you all good? You good? I'm just checking on you. I said, yes, sir, I'm okay. I just wanted to study up on a certain package and call that we have for the next morning. Just wanted to make sure I was prepared. Just make sure I was good, all good on all like the little minute details and stuff like that. It was just like a funny interaction, but it just shows you just like just the commitment that we have towards the program.
How much has that turned into like now like an expectation where they're expecting to see your car in the garage?
Yeah, it really has been an expectation for me, and just being able to let guys know that the expectations are set, and not to waver from that, and just to be able to go out there and every day prove it to yourself and everybody else, and making sure that you're ready for the moment when the time is right and that you're prepared.
Arion, what makes William Inge a guy that people can relate to and a guy that somebody wants to play for?
Yeah, just a selfless coach. Just a guy who wants to see you win more than he has ever had, or have an even better career than he's ever dreamt of. And, it's great having a guy like that, a man like that, who is just a leader, a selfless guy, like I said before, who puts his players first and that wants to be able to see and put his guys in the right position to go win and be able to teach guys to where they can master and learn it and reteach it to their peers.
He talked a lot about player-led leadership and sort of player-led meetings. Is that something that you see continuing forward, and how much does that help you in the group, in the room?
Yes, sir. I feel like we do that often. I feel like we do that more often times than not. It's better, I feel like, from a learning perspective, that you hear from your peers sometimes. Something can resonate with a person more, whereas getting it from a coach. And that's just something that we've just evolved over time and doing. And I feel like we've gotten really, really great at it. And it's just something that we're going to continue to build upon.
Arion, who's your favorite player growing up? And then who's a guy that there's some guys that you've taken stuff with you and learned from them over the years?
Yeah, my favorite player growing up was Troy Polamalu. Just growing up, just seeing the tenacity that he played with, just him being able to have decisiveness within plays to go make game-changing plays when the time was right, and just being able to put himself in the right position to go win, and be able to, a guy who was trustworthy, who had a tremendous amount of respect from his teammates and peers around him for just the guy who he was on and off the field every day. That's just something I emulate every day in the way I want to carry myself and just show this program and leave my mark.
And Troy's been your guy the whole time?
Sir?
He's been your guy the whole time?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I used to have long hair. I cut it before, but when I was little, I used to want to wear it out like him and everything. It was just like, you put on that Superman cape, as I say, and just go out there and go play football, doing something that you love every day.
Do you have like an alter ego?
AC.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you saw it when you came in, but on display it's 2 defensive jerseys for Tennessee. Knowing that it's 2 defensive guys that are legendary at Tennessee, you're a defensive guy. Like, what does that mean to be at a program that really cherishes and takes pride in its defense?
It's big time. Just having such a defensive, tradition-rich team, just being able to go out there every day and just show and being able to, go out there and prove every day that you're upholding the standard of what the guys before you have done, and exceed those expectations and make the guys before you proud.
Arion, there's some Tennessee fans that are like weirdly curious to see if Nico pans out at his new place. Do you guys care? Do you think you'll pay any attention to how he plays at UCLA?
I mean, I wish him the best. That's my brother for life, and I feel like what he has on his agenda, it really doesn't waver from what our agenda and the goals that we set for our season. Best of luck to him, but we still have a agenda to chase every day, and we're biting at the bit, piece by piece, getting closer to our goal of 2026.
You still talk to him?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me and him have great conversation. I've talked to him within the last couple of months, and just making sure he's all right. Like I said, that's a brother for life. We don't ever waver from the standard of no one's bigger than the team. But also, you wish a guy like that with so much respect for him and just a guy like that with such character like himself. The best of luck.
Early impressions.
Diego Pavia saying that Vanderbilt's going to run the state of Tennessee, especially after y'all's emphatic victory.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you have any response to Diego Pavia saying that Vanderbilt would run the state of Tennessee, particularly after y'all had the emphatic victory last season?
No, sir. We don't really take too much account for off-season comments. We're just ready to be prepared for when the moment's moment comes and be out there and go play football. And that's the most fun part about it is we're about to kick off in a couple of weeks here.
Arion, one of your first football games was at the Swamp against Florida. I'm curious about your thoughts on the atmosphere there, what you remembered about it, and so forth.
Yeah, just coming in as a freshman, just like playing in the SEC as a whole, every stadium has a unique wave, as I would call it, as far as fans, and everybody's great within themselves. And I feel like Florida being down there in Gainesville brings a certain energy, and I like it. I feed off of it. I feel like they have great fans, great tradition, and just being able to go down there and play great SEC football is going to be a great thing to do.
Tennessee hasn't won there in about 20 years. What would it mean to be part of the team that could, possibly, pull off that kind of an upset or that kind of a win there?
I know it's a great opportunity set that we have to go out there and go win, and we just have to be prepared for the moment and make sure we do the things that's right off the field and on the field going into that game and weeks prior, to be able to set ourselves up for success.
What kind of player is Joey Aguilar? Early impressions of Joey Aguilar.
Great guy off the field. Very selfless player. I feel like he plays with a lot of tenacity, wittiness. He's very poised in the pocket, and he's a very decisive thrower. I feel like he makes great game time decisions as far as like what I've seen in practice on 7-on-7 and 11 and stuff like that. But just like having a guy like him with so much experience to bring into our quarterback room with Jake and George, with two young talented quarterbacks that to be able to go out and fight for that position is going to be a great thing to see come fall camp.
What kind of player should Mississippi State expect out of Jalen Smith now that he's transferred there?
Oh, they're going to get a dog, quite literally. Like, that's my guy. I've been on him. We came in together as freshmen, and just seeing his growth as a player and a leader and what he's able to do off the field and what he's been able to do on the field, most importantly, to set himself up for success, and just the smart, athletic, and powerful player that he is. I'm ready to see him have a great season at Mississippi State.
Coach talked about focusing on who is in the building. Kind of how would you describe, the guys that are on this team?
I would describe players on our team as selfless, guys who love each other, a brotherhood, guys who come in every day to work, put your hard hat on, and very blue-collar people who go in every day for the same goal, and that's to win a national championship and compete for a national championship and win an SEC championship and host that trophy at the end of the year.
Y'all host Oklahoma for the first time in 10 years. Last time they came to Knoxville was Baker Mayfield lead OU to a 2-overtime win. What would it mean for you to be able to avenge that loss that kind of hurt the fan base a little bit 10 years ago?
Yeah, it's gonna be. It would be real sweet to get that win, and with due preparation and just time and just things we see throughout the week of preparing. But it'd be a great thing for the fans and just for Coach Heupel as a whole and the team.
Speaking of Heupel, y'all went into Oklahoma last year, got the win for him. What did that mean as a team to be able to do that for him, a guy that has a bunch of history with OU?
Yeah, that was very big. We wanted to do it for him more than ourselves, and we feel like we just going into that week. You could just see everybody dialed in with the preparation of just the standpoint of just like getting the concepts of everything and understanding your opponent and the guy across from you. Just going in to have that success that we did. That's something we want to carry over into this season.
Miles talked earlier about how close this team is.
Yeah.
Is that something different this year? Do you feel like you guys have always had that? And then how has that kind of shown up this offseason?
Yeah, I feel like over the years we've gradually gotten closer, but it's nothing like this year. I feel like this year is unique in itself. Having the guys that we have, just a great chemistry of guys from all over, just coming together for one common goal, and that's to win and play at a championship level. And just like having the guys within this room. On defense and offense, it just everybody is playing complementary football right now and just playing at a very high level, and I'm liking the way we're trending.
What do you attribute that to? Why do you think the team has gotten that? Does it have to do with what happened through the spring practice, or is it something else?
I feel like it was just like us as a whole as leaders, with me, Miles, Bryson, and a couple of the other guys on the council for our team, just like realizing that we had to be closer, everything within chemistry, and just being able to go out there and play as one. That was what was needed. So to be able to do so, we needed to have great chemistry and team bonding off the field, and trust all 11, as well as like taking care of your business off the field. That way, when it's time to handle business on the field, you know we can trust you.
Miles mentioned 50 or 60 guys being at the pool one day. Can you think of anything else that kind of exemplifies
Yeah,
how
that was
close
like a great experience. Like we had plenty of times like that. It's plenty of times where we'll have guys out on the boat or go to the lake or just sit out on the pool or anything like that, just to like have team bonding. It's never enough team bonding. I feel like, especially like within a time right now with the transfer portal going around and like people to be able to hop around in places. Chemistry is everything. Brotherhood is everything within football and the game of football. And I'm glad that we have it within our culture of our team.
Obviously, go ahead.
How's Jermod doing maybe mentally with his rehab and trying to get back as quickly as possible?
Oh yeah, he's determined as ever. I feel like he's doing great. I just seen like the other day he was like top is like in acceleration and running. Like he's doing really, really well as far as like recovery, and I'm looking for him to have a great season. Building off of what he did last year.
If you were to name a weight room star of the offseason or maybe since the spring, like who's breaking records, who's improved, who's gotten stronger, who would you give that to?
I'm gonna say me.
Okay.
All the time, just be me being biased. Just yeah, I feel like just like us taking the weight room very serious this off season has been a big thing as far as like for our development and like for the way we want our team to progress as far as like on field stuff. So we took that very serious. I feel like a guy in the weight room who's just been like throwing around crazy weight like and doing it very, very well has been Tyree West. Like that's a guy like at the end, a very strong lower body. He's like front squatting like 435, like and he's moving it like with intention, and like just seeing guys like that pushing weight, giving their all for Tennessee day in and day out, grinding, it's nothing like it, and it's just a testament of what we're about to go do this season.
You and Miles talked after the spring game, and kind of setting the tone for how you guys are going to respond to the whole Nico situation. How has the team kind of responded to that? Has that kind of galvanized everyone, kind of given you something to rally around?
Yeah, I feel like it's unfortunate having a brother like that leave, but you wish them the best. But like that never wavers from the opportunity that we have still ahead, especially with three guys in that quarterback room that can throw the ball very exceptionally well. Great, decisive time makers, great game managers for us. I feel like either way it goes, we got guys in the room that in that room and within the football team that we're able to corral and bring. I feel like it's just great overall football either way, with us just being able to come closer together, especially with the leaders we have in our group, and around be able to corral and be around those three guys in that quarterback room, and just on offense in general and defense as a whole. I feel like we're going to be just great.
What are you expecting to see out of Jeremiah T-Lander this season?
Yeah, I expect to see a guy running with his hair on fire, going out there flying to the football, making plays, and just hearing a lot of 22 being called this year alongside with 7. And I expect him to really make a great impact, not only as like on the field, but as a leader for our defense and for our team.
You play what most people believe to be